What's going on, guys? RoadNut44 back out here in Alaska backcountry, just to the west of Tokositna, Alaska. And we are just off of Rangeview in the RotorSim Pilot R44 Raven II. Now, we're going to be heading up into the Denali range here today, and we're going to be taking a look at a spot I found just a while back here while I was flying the Porter. It's a spot kind of in a valley, and we're going to be looking at maybe putting a campsite in up there and making this a Let's Build number 2. So we got a little bit of a flight here, but obviously I'm not going to make you guys sit through all of it, so we'll kind of cut around here to shorten up this leg of the flight a little bit. Maybe only keep in the interesting parts. So this is my first time back in the R44 since the Kodiak Island adventure. I didn't even get a chance to try out the last update when it came out, so we'll call this the trial. And it's not really going to be much of a trial, as we're kind of just doing a straight little shot here. Got ourselves a little house down there in the middle of that pond. Probably need to exclude that. Looks a little odd. Come back for the Alaska Lake series and do that, if I can find it again. That's the problem with all these lakes out here is, you know, you can be out here flying all you want. You know, you can see like little lakes like over here to the right, or little ponds, not necessarily lakes, but they're there, right? So I sit here and think, oh yeah, I'll come back and I'll fix those. But then once you actually get into developer mode and you're looking for all these little lakes that you've flown over, for whatever reason you can't ever find them. So yeah, maybe I'll be able to come back and get that lake at some point, but we'll just hope I can find it. Anyways, it's kind of hard to see up there ahead, but where we are heading is actually, it's pretty near the Tokositna Glacier Camp that we built in the last video in this series, or actually it was the first video in this series. Let's build number 1. As you can see up there at the mountain range, you kind of got the mountains and it kind of slopes off to the right there, kind of right off the nose, and it's kind of a lighter brown color. So that is the ridge we go over, and then behind that to the left is the Tokositna Glacier. So what we'll basically do is we'll fly over, for reference, the Tokositna Glacier Camp, and then the other camp location I'm thinking of building is up in a valley just to the left of that. And it's actually a really cool location. I brought the Porter up here. It's probably been, I don't know, it was a few days ago. It might have been a week ago. I can't remember now. Anyways, here's a little bit of a clip of that, just doing a little bit of a flyby at the location. Then of course we had to land there as well. But yeah, so that's where we're heading now. It's a really cool spot. We're going to see about putting a little camp there, maybe a hunting camp or something. Not really sure yet. I was going to bring a bush plane up here today. I thought about bringing the Porter back up. But then I was sitting there thinking, man, you know, my channel is called RotorNut44, and I've been flying a lot of bush planes lately. So before the winter ski season gets here in Alaska, I figured I should probably take a helicopter up here. So I went ahead and grabbed the R44 today. And speaking of the winter ski season, I am not flying on live weather right now. I'm just flying on standard preset weather, and also summertime, so I can actually have good lighting. Because right now in Alaska, it's getting dark pretty fast, and yes, there's actually a little bit of snow on the ground already. If you're using the built-in live weather, there's a little bit of snow here and there, kind of speckled around. But you know, the built-in live weather is not that accurate, so I've been using that real-world weather, or the hell is that called?
A few moments later.
Unreal weather, that's it. Yeah, so the live weather's not that accurate, but I've been using the Unreal Weather add-on, and I tell you what, man, here's a little. I'll throw a little comparison up on the screen. This is a picture I took yesterday at Tokositna Airport. On the left-hand side is the Unreal live weather, and on the right-hand side is the default live weather. And to follow that up, here's a screenshot I took on my phone of the ATIS information at that exact moment at Tokositna Airport. And as you can see, it is very, very spot on the left-hand side with unreal weather. So, yeah, if you guys haven't tried that program out, I would highly recommend taking a look at it. I'll put a link to it down in the description below so you can go find it. It's kind of obscure, it's kind of hard to find. And honestly, I didn't know about it until I found a forum post talking about it. Taking advantage of the rising terrain here to get a little low-level flight in. Low-level flight in the helicopter is always a ton of fun. Doesn't leave you a lot of room for error, or a lot of margin for error, but it's still fun. Just sitting here buzzing the treetop level. Alright, I'd say we're probably about another 10 minutes out from the location. As you probably noticed, I've trimmed this up a couple of times now just to keep this video a little shorter. That's the only difficult thing about doing these videos of actually flying out to the location. So getting that first time view of the location and then actually building out the location is both processes usually take quite a bit of time. The building process takes a decent bit of time, and then the actual flying out to the location takes a little while as well. So it tends to make for a longer video, about 40 to 50 minutes usually when edited down. I think the last one was like 39 minutes, I want to say. But yeah, we've come over the crest of the hill now. We're heading down into the valley. I got the river up ahead here. I'm not sure, I cannot remember what the name of that glacier is directly in front of us, but the Tokositna Glacier is just behind the hill there on the right-hand side. Or I guess the mountain, I should say, on the right-hand side. And then the glacier camp is pretty much just off the nose there where the river kind of winds in that marsh area right there. So like I said, we'll do a little flyover. We're not going to land or anything, but just to kind of buzz the area and get our bearings as where we're at. And like I said, these locations, these camp locations, they are going to be released as freeware once I get a couple of them done. They'll be available over on flightsim.to, and I will have point of interest markers on all of them. They will not be marked as like airports or anything, but they will have point of interest markers, so they will be a lot easier to locate on the map. And for the most part, they're all going to kind of be in the same general area. Not necessarily right next to each other, but it'll be kind of in the Matsu Valley here, the Matsu River Valley. So we're going to get up to the camp here, and then we're going to have to start climbing a little. Can't remember the exact elevation that camp, or the area we're going to be going to, is at. I want to say it's about 3,000 feet, maybe 3,200 feet. But don't quote me on that because I don't exactly remember. I just vaguely remember that number for some reason when I was flying the Porter. Alright, and here's the Tokositna camp. So there's the runway right under your nose right here, and you can see the aircraft down there and the tents. But we're not going to stop in the day, we're going to keep on going. So we got a time crunch here. We want to get up here pretty fast. Alright, we should probably start a little bit of a climb. So I'm going to pull in some more collective here. We're going to kind of head up this glacier a little bit. And basically the entrance into this valley is right on, it's kind of hard to see right here, but there's the mountain on the left-hand side. You can kind of see that it dips in a little bit there on the left-hand side before the brown patch on the hill behind it, or the mountain behind it. Kind of up in there, we're going to turn around left up in there is where the entrance into this valley is. And it's kind of a high valley. It's not a like clean-cut valley through from the ground level down here to our right. It's fairly high up there. So you can kind of see it cutting in. Right off the nose up there ahead, where it kind of gets the lighter green up high there. It kind of hooks around to the right, and that'll bring us into the valley. And that valley kind of descends down, sloping off to the left. Alright, so we're going to start to slow up a little bit here. Get our altitude down a little lower. Come up over this hill. And as we come around this bend here, you're going to kind of see a lighter area where there's a trail going through. So here's the trail right here off the nose. You can see it coming through right now. And this area kind of slopes here and it dips down over a hill a little bit here at the end. So we're going to slow up. And we're going to spin around here. So we can kind of see this flat spot right up here. So basically from this tree, right here off the nose, on down to about these trees down here, just a little bit before, it's kind of flat. So what I did in the porters, you might have seen that video, is I landed right there on that trail. I rolled out to about where that hill drops down at the end here. So we'll scoot on over there. I know I went just past this hill right here. Kind of right here in this area. And I was able to turn around. So what I'm thinking, this is Peters Creek over here. You can see this tiny, tiny creek kind of cutting through. I'm thinking what we'll do is there's a nice kind of parking area right here. We'll just set up maybe a camp right here along this creek. And I almost wish I could put water on it. I may try to play around with it, but unfortunately putting water down excludes a pretty big area of grass around it. So I'm thinking it's kind of going to take away from the area if I try to put a water effect on it, but we'll see. Alright, let's see, where do I want to land at? Let's maybe put... let's get a better view of this area. Luckily we're in a helicopter. So we'll just kind of hover here and we'll take a look. I almost need a bare spot. I guess I can always exclude grass if I need to. But to put the actual like campfire and stuff at, or I can work with one of these kind of patchy areas. I'm almost thinking that we're going to put the camp kind of over in this corner, like right off the nose. That way it's kind of tucked out of the way. The terrain's still pretty smooth here. There's a couple of bare patches we can kind of work with where it's kind of sandy looking areas. And of course we can always get rid of the grass in an area if we need to. But yeah, so I'm thinking that's where we're going to do, or we're going to put the tent. And as far as where I'm going to land the helicopter, well, this patch right here, coming underneath the nose right now, I've been eyeballing it. So we'll just kind of bring her on around here. Got a little wobbly on the controls. Set her down right there. Just to make sure we're out of the way. Alright, get the nav lights off. I wonder if the mixture works. Sweet, the mixture actually works. Turn the key off. That comes off. That screen always pops up. But hey, luckily, I read in the release notes, we'll turn the rotor brake on, not that it works right now, or that it's needed. But I did read in the release notes on yesterday's update that was pushed out on the 11th, the development update for Microsoft Flight Simulator, that finally, open the door, I believe in this next update, we're going to be getting an option to disable that logbook pop-up at the end. So I've been waiting on that to disable that forever. It's not like it's a big deal or anything, but at the same time, it's just kind of an annoyance, you know, popping up as you're trying to shut down or whatever. Or even more so, actually, good example is when you're actually working in developer mode here. That will sometimes pop up if you get too far away from your aircraft, multiple times. So you kind of got to stop what you're doing, clear it off, then continue. So it's an annoyance, is all it is. But anyways, let's resume here. Hopefully my RAID server has had ample time to fire up so I can access my scenery files. And it looks like it has woken up. So we'll go into dev mode, open project. Of course, we got to navigate to it. Flight sim, scenery, MSFS, freeware, Alaska camps, question mark. There we go. Package, open the XML. And we can go ahead and get rid of that. Tools, scenery editor. We'll get our text document open here where we were keeping track of our libraries last time. And we're going to say select, open the project. And actually, we need to create, cancel project editor, because I want to have separate BGLs for every project. We need to go over here, add asset group, custom, next, and then we'll add a BGL asset group, and we'll call this one Peters Creek. Name subject to change. I'm just naming it Peters Creek Camp right now because that's what this is, Peters Creek. I don't know if that's exactly what I'm going to keep in the end package or not, but I just need something to work with right now, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, now we can get rid of this. Actually, save first. Actually, it's saved automatically. Sweet. Over to the scenery editor, open this window up, and we're going to select, I don't know if you can see this window, I think you can. Editing Chris will know. We're going to select Peters Creek Camp, open that up so it opens it in the scenery editor. Get rid of the material window that always pops up for whatever reason. We don't need any materials. And first and foremost, I hate that. We're going to lean over to our joystick here. Use the hat switch to put our view down so we don't have to scroll a million miles away in the developer mode. Nice little tip there for you guys. And I think what we'll start out doing, let's kind of get a good picture of the area here. So I'm curious, all these bushes here, are these actually areas of bushes, or is this just being detected as bushes? Inquiring minds want to know. So we're going to say polygon. And we're not going to be too accurate here. We're just going to kind of, I don't know, we'll exclude some of this. Just in the general area. Like so. And we'll say vegetation. Density factor all the way down. And we'll take a look. So those areas, they do look like there's some very small brush around it. But some of these areas may just kind of be water or marshy areas. Like these areas here almost look like marshy areas. But then again, there's like some definition, like there could be bushes there. This just looks like rough terrain with maybe some bushes, and these are definitely bushes here. Yeah, I don't know that we'll, I don't think we're going to do anything with the bushes here. I think we'll just leave them in. It's kind of hard to tell. I can't really tell. I want to say this is all bushes here. It looks like bushes. You can kind of see some rounded figures, different shades of green. Whereas in some areas like right here, I can't really tell if that's just a shadowy area or if it's water. The imagery here is not that high resolution. It's maybe 60 centimeter, and it's not really a good 60 centimeter at that. So yeah, I think we'll just leave the bushes in. I think that's going to be the right move here. We don't need to make it so accurate. Maybe we'll just we'll remove some of the immediate bushes, like along the creek here, you know, where there's actually not going to be bushes. Like, there's not going to be a bush in the middle of the creek. Well, there may be, but I don't know how the heck it would ever grow there, especially if it's flowing water. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And it's already cleared out around, enough around the road here. So, okay. Well, sweet. Alright, so what we'll do first and foremost here, because this bush is annoying me, we'll just take our exclude here and we'll put a little exclude around the bush. I guess I should say the polygon tool. Nope, not terraforming. Say vegetation. And 0 for that. Get rid of that bush. And we need to save the file now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to focus more on placing objects today. Let's see here. Let's just search tent. Mountain tent. I don't remember. I know there's some other tents in here in the object libraries I have. Obviously, I don't need to 100% use my library since I'm already committed to using others' libraries as well. But I don't want to use really any more libraries than I have to. Mountain tent. Oh, is that an FS? Is that a base? Package FS base. Okay, I guess we got tents in the default now. Well, sweet. Okay. Well, that works out. So that gives some more variety. Take a look here. I mean, there's some areas on the other side of the creek here, but you know, hell, maybe that could be cool. Maybe we can kind of use that to our advantage. Maybe instead of, let's see, is there any... I should have pre-scoped this out a little bit more. Change of plans. There's been so many changes of plans here in the last couple minutes. And this is how it mostly goes all the time. There's not really ever a set plan. Things just kind of happen. I think what we're going to do is we're going to use this bare patch of ground right here to our advantage. So let's grab this tent over here. We'll just kind of slide it on over. Just like that. And since the grass is a little shorter here, I think we'll take advantage of that. We're going to spin this around because the mouth of the tent looks to be right there. Put that on up in here. Spin that around just a little bit more. Something like that. And that kind of blends in. But, you know, we're going to use... Let's see here. Let's see what other tents they have. Well, that is a tent. There's another tent. Well, you know, these'll work perfect now for when I build the by the way, spoiler alert, for when I build the Denali campsites into this package. This is perfect. I don't have to go out and find any more tents and stuff for the mountain. Let's see here. Very, very limited space to play around with. I think what we'll do is we're going to put like 3 tents here. face the openings in, and then we're going to build a campfire kind of in the center. And I think what we'll do is we'll put one more tent here. I'm going to put one of my tents there now, though. But the reason why I want to put this tent here is because I have this lamp. It's kind of hard to see here. Inside the tent, which actually has a light effect attached to it. So this will kind of light up at night. And then eventually as well, I'm going to actually, I could probably do something right now. But once the effects library becomes a little bit more tuned, and maybe we get some like fire effects or something, I'm actually going to put effects on the campfire. And it's my intention to hopefully make it so that the campfire is triggered to burn under like a certain temperature. So it's not something that you kind of have to toggle on and off like it would be in my FSX and prepared sceneries, but it's actually kind of dynamically done. Which that means it'll have to be a sim object, but yeah. No. You see here, PKB libraries actually have, which they don't. I guess they don't animate right now. I guess they don't play effects until maybe they're actually compiled. But he has like effects on his. Oh, those grass tufts, like right where I want to put the campfire. I don't really want to put it like... I mean, I guess we can have some grass tufts, but they're like... it's kind of annoying because they're like right where I want to put it. Okay, you know, oh, screw it. Who cares? It doesn't have to be perfect. So we're going to turn off snap the ground. And we're going to say no snow. Because like I said, it's going to be my intention for this to eventually be burning during cold weather. But we're going to drop down this just a little bit. I don't necessarily want a huge pile right here. I do want a pile. I don't really like flattening out ground when I don't have to. But in this case, I think I'm going to have to, just to make things work here. And it made it worse. Who would have ever thought that it would be this hard to place a friggin' campfire? What is this, like 5 minutes of placing a campfire? Okay, screw it. We'll bring this up a little bit. We'll just have to deal with... Ah, crap. Just have to deal with the jankiness a little bit. Alright, it's just going to be janky for now. God, that looks like crap. Looks like a well-stacked pile of crap with grass growing through it. You know what I could do? Maybe we'll just take this line here and we'll just add a little bit of a tilt to her. We'll just go full jank, huh? Then we'll kind of sink her down a little bit. Yeah, we'll call that good. I think that's good enough. I don't like that there's sharp edges there, but you know what can you do? Alright. So we got our basic 3 tent set up here, finally, after screwing with the campfire for like 40 minutes. We're actually at a recording time of 47 minutes total right now. I'm going to have fun editing this later. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a look here. Just because I'm curious. With the polygon tool selected, we're just going to do a little bit of a... I'm going to draw a little bit of a line here. probably not going to keep this, but I just want to see what happens to the surrounding grass. When I add some water right here. Water. River. Yeah. And just as I thought, it excludes a wide swath of the grass. And really, I need to fix my view. Good old camera tilt. Control 8. And tilt down the hat switch. Yeah, and really it doesn't even place a lot of water here. It kind of looks shitty. Yeah, I think it's more detrimental to actually put a water effect here than anything. So we're not going to even mess with that. We're not even going to deal with that because I like having the grass here more than I like not having grass. Alright, but I think what we're going to do is we kind of got this dark spot here. And as I said, this area over here on the right side of the creek is going to be kind of the parking area. I think what we'll do is we're going to put like a little log or something kind of across the creek here. Like something you'd walk over, right, to get to the camp. I think that would kind of be cool. Whoa, okay, don't need that. Don't need that. Nope. Nuh-uh. No, no, no. I think all these are going to be the same. Well, I could use, I guess, my driftwood log. I don't know. Oops, log stack. That's not what I want. I mean, I have this birch log here. I guess I could use. I don't. Would there be birch trees up here? Actually, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. That's actually kind of cool. It actually puts a little bit of a gap underneath the log. A little bit of a gap. It's like the creek would kind of be flowing through it still. But it's kind of a big log. It's a chunky log. Almost too chunky. But it's not uniform, and I kind of like that about it. I don't know. What do you think? And why am I asking you? It's like I'm making this video before you're even going to be able to answer anyways. So, I guess that question doesn't really matter, huh? I think that's what we're going to go with. I think we'll just put chunky log here. I think that'll work out. I'm thinking through. I know of a couple other log models that I've been thinking through here. And I don't think any of them are going to quite look right. There's one of them that may work, but it's kind of too uniform. It's very much a round wood log. How else do you describe it, I guess? But I want something that's a little abnormal. I want something that's kind of twisty. And this one has a little bit of a bend to it. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect log. And I kind of like the fact that it's got a little bit of a... You can kind of see daylight on the other side there. It's got a little bit of a gap there underneath it. So that means that water could realistically still be flowing through underneath. And we're kind of at a little bit of a trickle in the creek anyway, so that works out. Alright, so we got our campsite. Let's see, I guess we need some people, right? Let's go people shopping. We need some hunters or something. Oh, I think she kind of fits the part, huh? You'd probably be wearing a jacket out here. Oh, what's she looking at, though? Yeah, she'd be steering off in the distance, looking at the mountain range there. I think this one's a keeper. Kind of... We'll put her standing over here by the fire. But, you know... the selection process will have to continue right after we rotate her just a little. There we go. I want her to actually be looking at something with meaning. So she's over there staring off into the distance at the beautiful mountains. Waiting on the airplane to come up over the hill. Anyways. Oh, back to people shopping. God, this lady almost looks too freaking big. I mean, I guess she's probably fine. Guess maybe these tents are just too small? I don't know. So yeah, I was looking at this lady sitting down here, and I think this will work out. But she almost looks like... So something's off on the scaling. The people are either too big or the tents are too small. You know, I know what I can do. Let's just go ahead and place her real quick. We'll put her kind of up underneath the tent here. Just chilling out, sitting on the ground, sitting on the cold hard ground. Kind of facing the fire. But let's take this chick here. Let's select her. Get our draggy arrows over and... Oh crap, that's not dragging worth the crap, is it? We'll use the arrows so we drag a little faster. We'll go over here. And oh, I am dumb. I know why they are so big. I left the default scale at 1.5 when I was messing with that log. Because I scaled the log up. That's why they're so big. I was gonna say, she's freaking huge. She dwarfs that freaking helicopter. Okay. So let's go to view. I guess we have to use the gizmo, huh? First of all, let's Control Z so she's back over here and I don't have to drag her on over and redo all that. We'll say scale is 0.0. There we go. Point 0. Scale her back. Okay. that looks a lot better. That looks a lot more to scale. They look like they actually fit in those tents now. Alright, I'm thinking that I'm going to place at least one more person here. If I can find the right person, somebody that fits in. I got a huge list of people here, and I'm only about a third of the way through it, so I got plenty to choose from. Thanks, Dave. So yeah, back to people shopping. Round 3. Alright, maybe, just maybe, I might have found my third person. Kind of fits the bill a little bit, right? Kind of leaning forward at the fire here, taking a knee. Back him off just a little bit here so he's not frying. But I think that's what we're going to roll with. So I was trying to get a pairing of people that looked like they could actually be like a group. Like there's a lot of people in that list that just didn't fit in, like wearing business suits or police uniforms, firefighters. Mostly a lot of business. It's a lot of like executive kind of dress going on, but I need something that looks kind of outdoorsy. This lady over here is the only one that kind of doesn't look outdoorsy, but we all kind of know that one person that dresses like that anyways in outdoors. Not really wearing the whole outdoor attire. Like this guy kind of looks like he's wearing outdoor attire, right? And this lady here, she's just wearing jeans and a jacket. But then you always have the one that's in, you know, a designer shirt or something. But yeah, I think that works out. I think we got our 3 people. All right, now we need to start putting some clutter around the campsite. Just like that, maybe we'll put a little fishing pole leaning across the back of the tent. And I wonder, maybe we'll maybe duplicate this. Put like 3 fishing poles leaning against the back of her tent, maybe. Think that they would all 3 be fish in the creek, right? And then we'll need to get in a little closer here. And we'll just kind of make sure we're somewhat realistically bumped up against the tent. I don't know that anybody's really going to be looking that hard, but something like that. It's actually kind of hard to see. Not bad, actually. I don't think they're like... At least one of them's not 100% on the tent, but it's not bad. And for these poles also, we're going to do no snow. No snow on that one. And no snow on that one. And also, we need to go probably over here. Set some of these other things and not have snow on them. So I think I already set the fire pit. Yes, fire pit doesn't have snow. We need to put no snow on the people because I don't want the people to have snow on them in the winter. And she's going to be absolutely freezing here on the right during the winter in short sleeves. And all this crap over here, we're not going to have any snow on that. No snow on that. No snow on the cooler, and if I can select it, there we go. No snow on the salt and pepper and utensils. But everything else, the tents, oops, probably the tackle box, mark that as no snow as well. The tents, the log, they can all have snow on them during the winter. So we'll save. Boom. Alright, it's starting to come along. It's starting to look a lot more like a camp. And I'm still looking through here. I know I'm going to put a chainsaw in here. I already know which one I want to use. I have one. Boom. And we got a chainsaw. And maybe we'll stick the chainsaw. I'm kind of trying to keep everything kind of cluttered together here. I feel like that's kind of how it would be. I don't know. Put that one at a little bit of an angle, change things up. And of course, we're not going to have any snow on that model, so we'll tick no snow. And then, see here. Axe. Here we go. Stump axe. I think we'll put maybe a stump with the splitting axe over here. There. All right, I think we'll call that camp. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. Let's build number 2. I know there's been a couple areas in this video, or a couple sections of this video, that have been a little drawn out and long. I've tried to obviously edit them down as much as I can. kind of make it not as long and boring. Although we're at, let's see, let's get a time count here. Get that window out the way. 1 hour and 44 minutes recording. Oh man, that's yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do on this video. Still not as complex as the last video I did though, about the water physics. That one took about a week to do. I did about 1 minute and 30 seconds of footage every day. That's about all I could edit in about a 4 to 6 hour time span depending, which seems like a lot. But I was also shooting that video kind of in real time as I was going on day by day. I found like things I needed to reshoot. You know, blah, 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 blah. We're droning on. Anyways, guys, we're going to end this episode here. Hopefully you guys enjoy this camp series, or, you know, the Let's Build series. I already have another location picked out. It's not too far away from here, so we're going to be building another campsite here in the next couple videos. So stay tuned for that. But as always, guys, if you like the video, drop a like down below on the like button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking about the series. And, you know, if you feel oh so inclined, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. That's our next goal. Like I said in the last video, not sure if we're going to hit that before the end of this year, before 2022 starts. But you know, we're going to dang well sure try. And I believe we're pretty close to 300 subscribers right now. Heck, we may even be over 300 subscribers by the time this video gets posted. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping in, and we'll see you in the next video. As always, RotorNut44, over and out.